We all know the feeling of being pinned down by our own minds, an inexplicable sense of guilt, shame, or self-sabotage that feels like an external weight pressing down on our potential. From the perspective of seers and shamans, these aren't random psychological glitches. They are the observable effects of a tactical, invisible war, where the non-physical world mirrors the aggression we see in our own history. This conflict follows a literal chain of command. Just as a physical army relies on generals, spies, and propaganda to conquer a territory, these malevolent forces use specialized ranks to conduct spiritual subterfuge and break our defenses. Their objective is simple: to drain your soul's energy. They achieve this by tricking you into attacking yourself, using guilt and doubt to create openings in your spiritual armor, making you an easy target. Attempting to withstand a coordinated military operation using only your willpower is a recipe for exhaustion. Facing a regimented enemy requires enlisting in an equally massive, organized allied army. This is where the structure of the Catholic Church becomes a strategic asset. It functions as the ultimate counterforce, built specifically to provide the discipline and scale needed to win this war. The strategy operates across 3 planes. First is the Church Triumphant. This is the air support, angels and saints led by their fiercest adversary, a Virgin Mary, who provide the spiritual power necessary to push back the darkness. Second is the Church Suffering. These are the souls in purgatory, effectively a spiritual triage unit or field hospital, where combatants undergo a process of clearing and healing. Finally, there is the Church Militant, the frontline troops consisting of every living person on Earth who is actively engaged in the struggle. This multi-theater approach means that the soldier on the ground is never isolated. Every movement on the earthly front is supported by an unseen infrastructure of healers and protectors. To prevent chaos in the field, the Church Militant utilizes an earthly hierarchy that mirrors a professional military chain of command. The Pope sits at the top as the supreme allied commander, overseeing the global strategy and all theaters of operation. He is supported by the College of Cardinals, who function as the Joint Chiefs of Staff, advising on policy and selecting the next commander. Below them are the archbishops and bishops, the theater commanders, and the pastors, who act as company commanders responsible for the troops in local parishes. And the foundation of the entire army is the laity. These are the enlisted frontline troops tasked with bringing the mission into the secular world. This rigid structure isn't about power, it's about cohesion. In a war against a highly organized adversary, you need a chain of command that ensures everyone is moving in the same direction. This military context explains why the Church maintains such strict rules. What critics see as rigid dogma is actually the discipline of a combat unit focused on survival. The ban on occult practices like psychics or tarot is a matter of perimeter security. It prevents inexperienced soldiers from accidentally opening portals that allow enemy scouts to infiltrate their position. Even the sacrament of reconciliation is tactical. It's a mechanism for washing away the shame the enemy uses to breach your armor, keeping your spiritual integrity intact for the next engagement. In this light, doctrine becomes a set of rules of engagement designed to close vulnerabilities and ensure every soldier is combat ready. Victory in this war cannot be achieved through individual effort. It requires a unified front, an understanding that the survival of the whole is what secures the survival of the individual. This redefines the Catholic Mass. It isn't just a weekly obligation. It's a tactical briefing and a rearming session where the troops gather to strengthen their resolve and repair their defenses. The ultimate goal of this training is evolution. The Church works to transition us from our current state into a glorified body, what shamans call Homo Luminous, a state of pure light and eternal life. Realizing that this massive infrastructure is fighting alongside you changes your perspective. You aren't a lone target in the dark. You are part of a village that protects you from the inside out. By stepping into this order of battle, you stop guessing and start fighting with an army at your back. It transforms a chaotic internal struggle into a winnable, unified victory.